Howdy all, welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. I am um, slowly getting this dug out so I can put in my fence here. I'm pretty close to done, I think. I thought I'd made it a little farther over there. But, or no, that's not what I meant to say. I thought that I had dug a little deeper over here on the right. I thought this was the spot, but apparently I didn't dig deep enough. This dang hill is so tall. I did come about 3/4 of the way down, so um, I just gotta dig through this part right here. That's it. Then we'll be done. Be done digging. I didn't make it very far. As you can see, I still have a giant wall. But you know what? That's as much as I'm willing to put in at the moment. I might dig it down later, but yeah, I totally forgot this is what I was going to be doing today. Otherwise, I might have tried to work on it a little earlier. Um, instead, I played a horrible, horrible round of Frostpunk. Um, oh, that game. I don't know. I love it, but it is tough. The I've beaten. I haven't gotten everything on the first map, but I have beaten A New Home, which is the first scenario. I just this weekend beat the Arcs, which is the second scenario, and most of the problem with the game is that the first okay, there's not a there's not a problem per se with the game. I really love it. It's an awesome game, and it's a city builder. If you haven't looked at it, it's pretty cool. But it has one issue of surprising you. Does that stuff just break up when it gets down there? You're not covering over my spikes, right? Yeah. And because of the way the game plays, surprises aren't a good thing. And so so like a new home isn't too bad. A new home is just you don't know what to expect from the game when you play a new home because it's the first scenario, right? And so you don't know what the goals are going to be because the goals change as you make your way through the game. And so I think I've talked about it before, but Frostpunk is post-apocalyptic or mid-apocalyptic. Let's go with that. Mid-apocalyptic steampunk city builder, where for whatever reason, uh, and I don't think they ever decide in the game what that reason is, but for whatever reason, the sun is dimming and some volcanoes have erupted, and so. Oh no. No, I'm not too far away. Click on there. Um, and so for whatever reason, it's the Earth gets covered in ice and snow. And so after like 3 years, I think it says, or maybe 5 years, they have put together basically giant coal-driven furnaces that they hope to build cities around. And so, in the first one, you are an official colony sent out to try and make it through until the storms break, I guess. And so, what they don't tell you is that at the end of it, uh, it's going to come into a storm that drops the temperatures down. Weird. I wanted that to level out, and it didn't. It just made some kind of weird hill there. I don't know. But what they don't tell you is there's a storm coming that's going to drop the temperature so low, and that your people won't be able to work in the heated buildings. It's too cold. Yep, and I put that in the wrong spot. I feel like the next one's in the wrong spot too. It is. It's... And I can come down farther. What's going on here? Why does that one look like it's in the wrong spot? Now I've ruined 2 of them. I think I've got more in my base if it comes to that. And so it's a surprise. It's a straight up surprise at the end, because there's no warning. Storm's coming. Ooh, you don't know. But there's like this little temperature gauge up at the top of the screen. See, this is just like the other ones, and it doesn't quite reach the full distance I need here. Oh, you know what? I totally dug that down. What in the world? I don't understand the weird hopping around. What is going on here? You guys do know that this is taller than that, but why is my guy digging it lower than that? This is so bizarre. Maybe I can... No, look, there's just... Whatever it is about this place, it's got to be taller. I don't know. Fine, you want to be taller? Be taller. But I need my... fence in here. And I need to stand up, not lay down. Oh, come on. Oh, and see, then the ground goes down because this is weird ground. I don't know. And so you don't expect it, and then it just happens, and then you're like, oh no, I don't know what happened there, but can I connect this to the other side? I'm sure I can. No, I can't. Oh. Okay. Okay. Then... Why won't you let me... I think my mouse just died. Hold on. Without warning, I feel like my... Yeah, there we go. I used to get this little pop-up that would tell me that my mouse was about to die. It'd be like, your mouse is at 20%, and it has stopped doing that ever since the Windows update that just happened here not too long ago. And Windows Update has ruined a bunch of stuff for me, let me tell you. Okay. Alright. Alright, so that is my base surrounded by spikes and electric fence, and the moat is done. I got a zombie in here earlier. I forgot to close the gate while I was inside. I am out of fuel. And I can't climb this ladder all of a sudden. There you go. I don't know what that was all about. Alright, let's see here. Do I have anything on me needs to go in there? I've got some mechanical parts. I've got some electrical parts. I've got some... You know what? I actually want to take my casino tokens. I don't have that many. Oh, yeah, I do. I want to go out to the merchant guy, the I don't even remember where he's at, but I want to go see. I'm going to take these with me in case I run across one. Let's go with that. All right. I think those can go in there. These can go in there. You can have the iron. You can have this lead. You can have that iron as well. You can have all these building supplies. Those aren't really building supplies, but... Okay, and then ammo. Can have my ammo. I'm going to scrap this shovel and swap out for the new one. I'm going to keep that. Crossbow can come back down. Oh, you know what? I do have a couple more things here. You can have the glue. You can have the duct tape. I did have some... Oh, you're still making it. Oh, shoot. Let me stop that. Oop. Nope. Nope. You can keep doing that. So yeah. So we... Okay. I need to go find fuel. Badly. I am... running out. I think I've got a little bit in my bike, and I just put my, I believe my last batch into my... so we've got 545 right there. That's it. That's, I think, the last of my gas. Oh, let's pick a direction. We've gone a lot of directions here. How about northeast? That looks like I haven't traveled too much to the northeast, so I will go northeast. Don't touch the electric fence. Yeah. So I got the Bethesda E3 thing last night where they talked about their new games. I've got mixed feelings. Rage 2. I really liked the first Rage. My only complaint was it was super short, and it felt like it just ended, and there should have been a whole nother section to the game. It was kind of like Borderlands, but better because I don't like the humor in Borderlands. And so I'm excited to see... I know this is not the direction I said I wanted to go, but I thought there'd be a road going north. I prefer to stick to the roads, if possible. And so that was their first announcement, was Rage 2. Although they joked about how Rage 2 accidentally got announced a while ago because Walmart Canada accidentally put up a page for it. And but yeah, so that's cool. It's a lot like Borderlands. If you ever played Borderlands, there's vehicle combat, and you know, you're running around outside of combat. But the gameplay in it looks way better than the first one, and I really like the first one. Looks like it has a more serious storyline. I don't mean like a more serious storyline. I mean like a better storyline. Like they've put more effort into the storyline. And then they talked about Wolfenstein 3 is coming. I never played the first two. Sounded cool. Co-op shooter where you play the twin daughters of the protagonist in the first two games, I'm guessing. I don't know. I didn't play like I said, I didn't play them. Not that I wouldn't want to. Just never did. And what else did they talk about? They talked about the Legends card game is coming to all the consoles. They talked a little bit about Elder Scrolls Online, which I purchased. I'm going to start playing that, I think, a little bit. I don't know if I'll make any videos from it, but I do plan to start playing a little bit, so I'll probably talk about it here and there. I didn't get like the big bundle. I just grabbed the basic version is on sale for $10 right now, so I thought I'd do that to see if I was willing to put in the time. Big MMOs like that are pretty time intensive in my experience, and I have thousands of hours of experience in big MMOs like that. So um, I've told some of the tales from my days of being a EverQuest 2 junkie. So and then what else do they talk about? Blades, Elder Scrolls Blades, some kind of mobile game. Uh, it's gonna be free to play, so I'll probably check it out. It looked really cool when he started showing it, but then he talked about what it was actually about, and it sounded less cool by the time he got to the end of explaining it. Because he started talking about how it was a first-person RPG like all the other Elder Scrolls, but then he talked about how it's actually not a first-person RPG like all the other Elder Scrolls. So I don't know why he said that. There's 3 modes. There's a town builder mode. So there's a whole game where you just build your own little town. I guess like Fallout Shelter. And then there's a PvP arena mode. And then there's an endless dungeon mode. And so none of that screams first-person RPG to me. One's a fantasy shooter. One's a fantasy shooter PvP. And one is a town builder a la every other town builder mobile game out there. None of those scream first-person RPG. I don't know. And so... looked interesting. I'll probably try it. It's going to be for all console or for all platforms, including VR, and is going to be cross-platform playable. Hey, piggy. So if you're on the consoles... oh, I did not expect him to go down with one shot to the face. So like if you're on the consoles, you'll be fighting people who are playing from their phones, you know, and who will also be able to fight people who are playing on their PCs. So yeah. What else did they talk about? Elder Scrolls Online didn't really have too much they talked about, but I'm like, you know, I really need to check that out one of these days. Especially when he said there's 11 million people playing it right now, and it's the #1 MMO for the 3rd year in a row. So I'm like, alright, maybe I should get into that. I loved EverQuest, and I love the way EverQuest played, and I feel like modern MMOs have gotten too console-friendly, and so, you know, as I've mentioned before, EverQuest 2, I probably had like 60 to 80 different things on my screen, button-wise, and so, have I been here before? Yes. Alright, this is where I wanted to turn to the north, actually. And when I turn north here, this little place here, I looked around a little bit, but I didn't... I guess there isn't much to it. But there should be a... there's something going on over here to the right, though. What's this back over here? But so when I go to play something like Elder Scrolls Online, where you've got 2 buttons... I mean, yeah, you can switch out what they do, but it's still 2 buttons. Or we played my guild back when I was in a guild. We played... oh, what is that game? You know, whatever it is I saw over here disappeared once I got over here. Did you not see like a big factory complex looking thing? And then it just vanished once I got over here. Weird. Alright, well I'm gonna head back this way then. See if I can hook up with that road. Man, what is that game called? I don't know, but it... like... there's a bunch of different classes, but every class has only got 3 abilities. And so I went from having like 80 different abilities to 3. And, you know, it's not my kind of game. I want lots of things to do, you know? I want I liked my character being kind of a jack of all trades, and so if it needed some extra defense, I could throw out extra defense. If I needed elemental attacks, I could do that. If I needed physical attacks, I had that too. And I miss all the buffs and the debuffs, and uh, mostly I just miss a good summoner class. Most games don't have those. Okay, I say that. Most games I've played don't have a what I would consider good summoner class anymore. And so, not even D&D, which is so disappointing. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I decided to give that a try. What else did they talk about? I guess the big one that I was watching it for was Fallout 5, Fallout 6, Fallout 4, Fallout 76 it's called. Right, I couldn't remember what number they assigned with it. Fallout 76, and I have extremely mixed feelings about Fallout 76. Extremely mixed feelings. Like, I don't know what to think. I'm afraid it's going to be terrible. And for me, I don't mean the game itself is going to be terrible. I mean, it's not my kind of game, and I own all of the Fallout games. I own the original Fallout games when they originally came out. I have all the Fallout loot boxes, from Loot Box. I have the collector's editions of Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. I apparently may not be able to get the one for 76 because it sold out last night after the web page crashed and I couldn't get on there, and by this morning when I got out of bed it was all sold out. So hopefully like Amazon will get it or something later. Yeah, so alright, so a huge fan of Fallout is my point here. And I didn't mind the switch from isometric turn-based RPG to first-person shooter RPG because I do like first-person shooter RPGs when they're done well. Heck, even third-person... Ooh, do I want to stay on this road or do I want to go down to that road? Dang deer jumping around. Just die. Whoa. That deer just took off at like 100 mile an hour. Now you dead. I like me some good dirty pond water deer. So Fallout 76 looks pretty good. Graphics-wise, look pretty good. They talked about they've got a new physics engine kind of thing doing the worlds, or however they do games now. It used to be physics engine. I don't know what they call it now. They're proud of being able to do 16 different weather systems at a time. It's supposed to be the biggest Fallout map ever, 4 times bigger than Fallout 4, they said. All that sounds great. Creatures based off of folklore for the area they're in, all new regular bad guys. All that was sounding great. And he says the words, and it is completely online. I'm like, okay, a Fallout MMO, I can get behind that. Maybe that's why it's labeled 76. Maybe it's not the next Fallout game in the series. And then he says, because we want you to have a game where every character in the game is a person. How does that work? This is where I have my mixed feelings. Like, 7 Days to Die doesn't really have any characters. Like they've said in the past that there are probably going to be characters in the other map that I haven't played on in a while. And so there's supposed to be, I mean, they got a little questing system, but there's not really, I don't know why my guy is freezing, but he's been, look at that. This right here, I believe, is nitre. I read this is one of the places you can get nitre. It's in caves. So... you know, I hope they don't mean that there aren't any NPCs. I didn't see any in their little trailer. But I mean, the game doesn't come out till November. But I don't know what to think about a game that's supposed to be an RPG with no characters to give me quests. And I'm not getting quests from regular people. That's not going to happen. And then they talked about how you'll play on a server with like 12 other people or a couple dozen other people, and not hundreds, dozens. I think that's how he stated it. And you think the road I'm on will go over to that town? I don't know that it does. I'm going to take this little dirt path here. And I don't necessarily mind playing with other people, but it's Fallout. I've never played a Fallout with other people, and I don't think that's going to be conducive to the way Fallout has ever been played. I also didn't see VATS, which has been a staple since the beginning of Fallout. The little turn-based, even your first-person real-time shooter goes into pause mode so that you can select specific body parts to shoot. That wasn't in the trailer, and I don't think you can have that in a online game where you play with other people. So they've gotten rid of VATS, it looks like. They may have gotten rid of a storyline completely. And I hate PvP. And it's what it is. It's going to be a PvP game. It's going to be a PvP game. A PvP game set in Fallout. Because they said... They showed how your base can be destroyed by other people. It's all about base building. I forget how to get in here. There's a trick to get in here, I thought. Oh yeah, this is definitely my trick right here. And you can build anywhere. You can build anywhere. It's in the whole map is capable of being built in. It's been split into 6 territories, each which are thematically different from the others. So there's 6 zones. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'll take that water. I just don't know. I just don't think it's what I want out of a Fallout game. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try it. But needless to say, I came away a little disappointed from the Fallout section, and that was the whole reason I even watched the thing. because I love Fallout, and this doesn't seem like it's going to be Fallout. I don't know. If there aren't quest givers, I can't believe there aren't going to be quest givers. They did say you could play the game solo, but I don't know if that just means you don't have to group up while you wander around the same map as everybody else is on. Because if your base is destructible and you're playing with other people and they want people to be both the heroes and the bad guys, that means people are going to be destroying your base. And in fact, not only are they going to be destroying your base, but the game has missile silos to launch nuclear missiles to destroy other things in the game, including bases, which are necessary to get some of the raw resources to craft some of the rarer items, he says. I don't mind that. I do mind that I have to play on a server with other people, that the major part of the game is going to be base building, but your base can be destroyed by the people playing the game. And the people are supposed to also be the villains, which means I don't like Grand Theft Auto, alright? I hated playing that. I had a friend who used to want to play it with me all the time. I hated playing it. He loved it. It wasn't my kind of thing. I don't like PvP. You're sticking me in Fallout PvP. So you can't play solo because you can't be on a server by yourself unless there's an offline option, and people are just going to come along and shoot you while you're trying to do whatever it is the game is meant to do. And if you do build something, they're going to come along and destroy what you're going to do, because let's face it, most people aren't out there to cooperate. I've tried to play on PvP servers. It's never been enjoyable to me. I'm afraid this is not going to be Fallout. I'm going to spend a bunch of money on a game that I'm never going to want to play from the sounds of it. And that disappoints me greatly. And what's weird is then they follow that all up with the games they're working on after they finish this round of games. And it's a new franchise, single player. They've never done a new franchise in 25 years. And it's called Starfield. And it's going to be a single player game. And I'm like, seriously? So your little short thing, trailer for Starfield just shows a planet and a satellite, and then the whole thing like folds in on itself like it's warping. So you're making a game that looks like some kind of space thing that you could make your online dealio, but instead you're going to take my single player RPG and turn it into an open world base building. You want to be the next, what's that called, Fortnite? Is that your plan? You want to be Fallout Fortnite? Because I don't want to play that. I don't. So yeah, I have some pretty strongly mixed feelings about Fallout 76, and I hope it's not as bad as I'm imagining it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get stuck on this tire. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. So, click like your like, subscribe, sure, and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.